and 1. Go.
All right, very good evening, everybody. And months and months of deliberation and preparation, weeks of discussions, logistics, and planning, days and nights of tireless ideation, hours of sweat burning and trying to engage people across the globe, minutes away from start of something truly historic. My name is Mike Murli, and I take great pride and pleasure in welcoming you all to Alert Gala, an evening of celebration, an evening of remembrance, an evening of culmination of a lot of efforts over the months in anticipation of 5 amazing historic days ahead. What envisioned as a smaller idea, what envisioned inside a closer circuit, what envisioned inside a historic close idea ahead, truly is an opportunity to go global today. And we are minutes away from starting something as historic as a movement that I could call. An idea that envisioned on the streets and lanes of Chennai today has gone global, and we are minutes away from truly an historic start. I take great pride and pleasure in welcoming you all to this beautiful 60-minute of gala celebration. There is going to be fun, there's going to be festivity, there's going to be celebration, there's going to be a lot of information interchange, and there's going to be preparation. And of course, there's going to be a significant high when we're going to launch a truly virtual global Alertathon. It promises to be an evening like never before, and I'm extremely excited. But before which, taking a step into this evening, I wanted the man himself to come and explain to us what's in store, what's the ideology, and pass on his welcome address to many hundreds and thousands across the globe for tuning in today. Managing Trustee Alert, Rajesh Trivedi for all of you. Over to you, Rajesh.
Thank you so much, Mike. As always, started off on a high note, great energies. Wonderful to have all of you seeing on, as I see on the screen, and many more joining us live on our FB handles and the YouTube handle. Welcome to all of you to ALERTATHON'20. So very briefly, all of you have been following what Alert does, but let me say that Alert is in its 14th year of service, and this is the 6th edition of Alertathon. And in these 14 years of service, we've reached out about 140,000 plus people in an effort to go after the goal given by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam to train one in every family. And with that, to build a better emergency care ecosystem in our society. And the Alertathon has been a significant platform to disseminate this knowledge, reach out to more people, fitness enthusiasts, runners, so on and so forth. So it is my absolute pleasure on behalf of everybody at Alert to welcome everyone here with me, the Board of Trustees to start with, the Chairman, Mr. Mike Murlidharan, Ms. Kala Balasundaram, the Founder Trustee, Mr. Veerappan Trustee, Mr. Kandaswamy Baradan Trustee, and I also take the pleasure, we'll be slowly joined. We'll be having amidst us the one and only Dr. Sylendra Babu IPS, and I also, as I see on the screen, warm welcome, sir, the DG of Rotary International District 3232, Rotarian Muthu Palaniyappan. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to one and all to this. We're just getting started with this year's Alertathon'20, and I'm also going to take a minute to welcome and thank all our sponsors and partners without which this wouldn't have happened. So thanks and welcome to Bhavan Cybertech, Altimetric, Vatikuti Foundation, Sri Narayana Nidhi, Radiant Cash Management Services, TNKG Foundation, Bugworks Research, Nalli, InfoView, and Information Evolution, and our partners CaseFit Academy, Fast and Up, Social Pundit, HDOR, FFLR, and Bikes. All of them joining, coming together for this grand and gala event. And also welcome to the event director, the third year, Coach K, who has also made this entire thing possible. So we are on again for the 6th edition of Alertathon with this warm welcome. Look forward to close to 2,000 plus participants, starting in Chennai and from across the globe this year, carrying the flag and also spreading awareness about the need for saving lives in these very tough times of the pandemic. Thank you and welcome everybody once again.
So much, Rajesh. Chris, beautiful, with a vision, of course, and I want to welcome you as well because it's been tireless months of efforts as well. So, and this promises to be an exciting day in 5 full days. and to thousands of viewers who are watching us, over 2,000 plus participants, before I lead you on to the next part of the gala and what this gala is in store, no bit of engaging conversation is complete without a pinch of story. Let me tell you a quick 30-second story. This story happened in March this year before the lockdown was announced. This story is about Kishore, who sells Pani Puri near my house here in Bangalore. I used to go to his stall time and again, and I used to enjoy Pani Puris with my friends. Suddenly, when the lockdown was announced, I know Kishore couldn't be putting up his stall for many months, and Kishore stays in a migrant quarters nearby in a hut along with his family. I was puzzled what happened, etc. And one evening during my jog, I saw Kishore walk inside my apartment complex with a backpack. I rushed to him and said, "How are you? How is your family?" He said, "As you know, Mike, sir, I stay in a migrant quarters. I have a wife, 2 kids, a daughter who's 12, a daughter who's 8, and my parents who stay with me. After the lockdown was announced, I couldn't put up Pani Puri stalls. The police said for 3 months I can't. Every day after selling Pani Puri, I used to earn about 450 rupees. I used to buy provisions and save 200 rupees every day. I save it for 5 months so that I can go to my native and visit my relatives. This pandemic, I won't be able to do that. So I went back to my house. My wife works in an NGO doing daily course. So we spoke. They had gifted her a sewing machine. So we sat at home. My 12-year-old daughter watched YouTube videos and showed me how to make masks sitting at home. With the help of the NGO, we procured cotton and thread and etc. Started making masks from home. Went to the NGO, got it accredited. Went to the local cops, got it verified. Started going apartments to put up safe stalls with masks to sell these in about 3 weeks' time. And guess what? Every day after selling, he gives 10 masks to the local cops in return. Kishore's story completely changed my perspective about this lockdown. For many of us around, when we thought that this is actually a calamity that is taking us over, his story and a lot after happened that said it's not a calamity, it's actually an opportunity. And why am I connecting that to here is ALERTATHON so far was a phenomenal event, a successful marathon event that ties the dots to a lot of meaningful messages. But this time, courtesy COVID, I really want to thank COVID for the first time anybody else has done in a webinar ever. Thank you so much, COVID, because of COVID, we are able to transform this calamity into an opportunity and truly take ALERTATHON global for the first time ever. Today, we have 2,000 plus participants across the world tuning in. People are going to be walking, running, and cycling in different corners of where they are. And this mentality of trying to turn this into an opportunity has been phenomenal. So that is the new evolution of this model. And I'm going to lead you on to the next power-packed segment where I'm going to be talking to an elite panel of people who are going to be answering some questions that I'm going to ask them. That will be informative, that will be exciting as well. And let's walk memory lane a little bit as well. With a proud bit of honor, I'm going to introduce my panel before all of you. I have with me Mr. Mike Muralidharan, Chairman, ALERT, Ms. Kala Balasundram, Founder, Trustee, ALERT, Rajesh Trivedi, Managing Trustee, Ravi Veerappan, Trustee, Kandaswamy Pradhan, Trustee of ALERT. Thank you so much for joining me in this power panel, lady and gentlemen. I'm going to ask my first question to you, Kala. Kala, I'm going to take you back memory lane and ask you a very, very hard-hitting and important question. What drove you to begin ALERT? Talk us through that spark that happened.
Yeah, sure, Mike. Thanks for that. Meanwhile, I see Dr. Sylendra Babu just joining us. Thank you, sir. Welcome. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so before, I'll just...
Good evening to all of you, and very great pleasure meeting you, and particularly you, the founder.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's a great cause, and I certainly appreciate all of you for the continued effort.
Thank you so much, sir.
And particularly promoting endurance sports. And very great people like Anand Sundar are part of this. He's also my trainer. I'm extremely delighted to see you all today.
Thank you so much.
Great to see you here, sir. Great to see you here. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you.
Yes, Kala.
So, your question on what actually drove me to start ALERT it's actually, if I have to say it in a short one single sentence, it is more the sight of seeing people losing their lives in spite of bystanders standing there. So this is what was the trigger actually. So going back to 2006, when I was actually working in an IT organization in Siruseri, today what is known as the IT highway. And we used to go in the buses, the company buses, and we used to see a lot of accidents. When I say we, typically the people in the bus. And every time I see an accident or some victim lying there, and people surrounding, the bystanders will definitely be there, and that's a normal sight that we see in our country, right? At the minute an accident happens, there are people, at least 10 people gathered around the spot. But most of the time, when I used to see the people standing there and doing nothing, and while the victim is there bleeding or helpless, my heart used to really scream out saying, why are the people just standing there and doing nothing? And it was one of those days, so you call it the inner voice or the conscience that said, what are you doing about it? Even you're a bystander, you're also not doing anything about it. So that was the wake-up call. That was the day I decided that I am not going to walk away from yet another, whenever I see an accident, I'm not going to walk away from that. And that is when I got trained, and me and a few other friends, we got trained on first aid. And on learning these techniques was a realization that these are all very, very simple universal protocols that if anybody could learn it, and anybody can save a life too. And not every time there's an emergency situation, be it on a road or a workplace, or it's not possible for a doctor to be there every time. But definitely, as a first responder, anybody can save a life. And so this was actually the starting point. And then 8 months down the line, we were fortunate enough to meet Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the then president of India. And listening to the story, he said that, from the time an emergency happens until the professional help comes, that the professional help could be an ambulance, a doctor, or a paramedic, anybody. But until such help comes in, people are generally clueless. They are just, struck with panic. They don't know what is to be done. So he said, this is an area that really needs a lot of attention. And being a man of numbers, he put a goal on us, saying, train at least one in every family in emergency care. So that was the goal that he gave to us in 2007. And till to date, we have taken that as a driving goal. And we have, as Rajesh just mentioned, we have trained over 150,000 people pan-India. So that is the quick answer to your question, Mike.
Crude of me to try and ask you to tell such an inspiring story in 60 seconds. It was like an elevator pitch, but a life-changing elevator pitch. A spark of an idea deserves a push like this, and who better to push than the great man, Dr. Kalam himself. It's great to remember a great man on such an auspicious day. Thank you so much, Kala. I'm going to go back to my panel in a bit, but I'm going to pull you on, Kala, one more time now to introduce the chief guest for the evening today as we present him to the world and the cause, and inches closer to that global launch of ALERTATHON.
Yep. Thanks, Mike. It's a very thank you, and a very good evening to all once again. It's my absolute pleasure and honor to welcome and introduce our honorable chief guest for today, Dr. Sylendra Babu, IPS, at the launch of ALERTATHON 2020, a global virtual endurance event to save lives. Dr. Sylendra Babu, IPS, needs no introduction to any of us. However, I take this opportunity to share a few information picked from his long and vast list of credentials and achievements. Dr. Sylendra Babu hails from the Kanyakumari district and joined the IPS as a member of the 1987 batch belonging to the Tamil Nadu cadre. Currently serving as the Director General of Police of the Railways Tamil Nadu, he also holds an additional charge as the Director of Tamil Nadu Fire and Rescue Services. His passion for learning is evident from the long list of degrees that follows his name. Dr. Sylendra Babu holds a bachelor's and master's in agriculture. He obtained a bachelor's in general law, followed by an MBA. He holds a PG diploma in cybercrime investigation, and then went on to do his PhD in criminology. His IPS journey has witnessed an organic growth, starting his journey in 1989 as an ASP, moving on to become a SP, DIG, IG, ADGP, and to his current role as the Director General of Police. He has undergone several special and advanced trainings through the years. He graduated as a commando in National Security Guards, went through the Academy Development Training Program and the leadership training on international crime issues, etc. in US. The list of the awards and honors bestowed on him is really long. To mention a few, he has been awarded the Prime Minister's Medal for Saving a Life. This is for swimming across the lake and saving 18 people from a lake in Shivagangai. President's Police Medal for Meritorious Service, President's Police Medal for Distinguished Services, Chief Minister's Medal for Outstanding Devotion to Duty, Chief Minister's Medal for Gallantry for Armed Encounter with Naxalites and Elephant Poachers, STF Police Medal for Gallantry, Bravery, and Heroic Action. The list goes on. We all know Sir's passion for fitness and sports. A few of his accomplishments around sports and fitness are: he won the R.D. Singh Cup for swimming at the National Police Academy, represented India in Asian Masters Athletic Championship in Bangkok, won several gold medals in the state shooting competition between 2000 and 2015. Champions of Champion, title won in shooting competition. He has cycled over 4,200 kilometers from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, swam 28.7 kilometers of Park Strait from Talaimannar, Sri Lanka to Dhanushkodi in India in 12 hours, 20 minutes. He's a super runner in cycling. This means doing 200, 300, 400 cycling in one season. He has run over 50 marathons since 2012. At this time, I take pride in sharing that we have had Sir participating with his contingent of commandos in the last 4 editions of ALERTATHON consistently. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Kalam, for the very, very generous introduction about me. Very great honor to participate in the first day of your conference. It's always a great pleasure to participate in ALERTATHON 2 times. I would have loved to participate this year also. Probably would have liked to improve my time. my trainer, Kannan Sundar is again one of your event manager, I suppose. It's for a great cause that I really appreciate you. That emergency care or first aid, they are very critical, particularly in a country in which a lot of people, a large number of people, or a good percentage of the people don't really know about first aid and the importance of these golden hours. Particularly, I now heading the Fire and Services Department, I know the value of the first aid and the emergency care. Will you believe if I say we get something like 28,000 rescue calls every year, apart from 25,000 fire calls, and the firemen rescue something like 4,000 people alive every year in this state. So we insist upon training them. Even the firemen, the first responders, need a lot of training. As you know, there is nothing to replace training, because they can do certain things which can actually jeopardize the life of the person he is willing to save. So your effort to educate people, empower people in first aid and emergency care is highly appreciated. In fact, we should really spread this kind of skills or create this kind of skill with every child, every person in our school, the houses, and kindly keep doing this, keep rocking. And of course, marathon has other great meanings and implications. Health of the people, okay? Cycling, walking, and swimming is not merely, it's a symbolically you are creating an image of emergency, but otherwise running itself is a great joy. It is only way of improving the health, I'll say. Yesterday, last Sunday, the day before yesterday, I cycled from Sylendra, for my official work. I took the cycle and I cycled back to Chennai, okay, in the morning. So I'm only 58 years of age. Young people like you, our students, young youth, can do much better, much better. They can be great sportsmen. So by all means, your efforts are highly valuable. I appreciate you. And I once again appreciate all the panel members, all the people who are supporting you. That's very, very important. I must really thank every organization and every individual who is helping you in this noble cause, which of course I will keep supporting as long as I can. With these few words, I love to inaugurate the ALERTATHON 2020 online. I will certainly encourage and request everyone who participated last year, who registered this year, who is watching this program, please register. I'll also register and I'll also run. Please join us, even though it's online. Let us join for a great cause and let us appreciate the great effort of Kala and all her partners for a great cause. Thank you very much.
Thank
you so much, sir, and it's an honor and an inspiration hearing from you time and again. The kind of infectious energy that you share is phenomenal. It just motivates people, and this time we've just made it truly global. There are 2,000 plus participants across the globe who are tuning in, who will be watching this video as well. So your words inscribe them to try and push this message. So we're going to do a little bit of drama now when we inaugurate the whole session. There's going to be a countdown timer that will play. I want everybody to go on unmute so that we can count down together. And then I'll request sir to make ALERTATHON open globally as well. Can we go for the countdown, coach? Yes. Let's do this. Okay. Are we good to go? Are we good to go with the timer, Rajesh? Let's go with all of us. Yep. All right. Okay. So I'm going to ask our DGP sir to lead us in the way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Yeah, I declare 2020 open. Yes.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you so much for your inspiration, and you're leading the way as well. We look forward to your participation. Thank you so much for your time on such busy schedules. We from Alert wholeheartedly please our thanks, and thank you for believing in us over the years as well. Thank you so much. Thank you. So the full global launch has happened, ladies and gentlemen, across the globe. People are, it's already tomorrow in lots of parts of the world as well, and that's why we did it today. It's already tomorrow in Australia and New Zealand as well. So their ALERTATHON is going live as we are speaking. Our time will start ticking from 12 in the midnight today. Sir, thank you so much, and thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you. We'll now go back to our panel. We started with our panel. Kala drove us into the insights about Alert, insights about how it all started, etc. Now I'll move on to my panel. The Elite panel is waiting for us here, and this is something that not many often you'll get to hear, where one Mike Murli will address another Mike Murli that is asking me for a response. I've been waiting to do that. I'm going to bring in Mr. Mike Muralidharan, Chairman, Alert. Mike, good evening, and I hope you're feeling all the excitement and the energy. And great to have you amidst with us. Mike, are you there?
Very much there, very much there.
Lovely. I'm not able to see your video.
Why not? I thought, am I not visible?
Rajesh, do we get to see Mike's video?
Able to see Mike.
Yeah.
We're able to see. We're good to go. Okay, let's roll. So, Cooper, here's my point to you, Mike. Mike, Alert has evolved and grown from one pillar of strength to another in these many years. You've seen it in close quarters. And as a chairman, I want to quiz you on what's your vision for Alert in the next 5 years to come?
Great. Mike to Mike. That doesn't happen very often. And Mike Murli to Mike Murli does not happen ever, except between the two of us.
This is the first time for me as well. Proud moment.
Okay, thanks a lot. See, I believe that in these days, more than ever before, we at Alert, we have reaffirmed our commitment to this emergency response everywhere, wherever life exists. We were indeed blessed, like Rajesh was saying, with that one-line vision statement by the great legendary Dr. Kalam, train one in every family to handle emergency response. It doesn't happen very often to get a blessed vision statement, mission statement from somebody like that. Emergency response is not only about saving techniques, life-saving techniques. It is fundamentally, in my belief, it's an act of humanity, showing the willingness to save lives with full respect for gender, caste, creed. Nothing should come in the way without any discrimination. At Alert, we believe that in order to make communities safer and resilient, volunteering to save lives needs to be recognized as an integral part of a wider development of a mature society. In fact, we've come a long way in the last 14 years. Right now, as you rightly know, I mean, we have about 1.5 lakh people whom we have trained. As such, this knowledge and need for the pledge must be understood by everybody. In our mission to make this a reality at Alert, we are seeking everyone's support. It's not just the people whom we are, this whole program of ALERTATHON is about evangelizing and creating this awareness. So everyone should support to provide the quality emergency response courses and empower local volunteers anywhere where a life exists and communities with the necessity skills to save lives. Coming to your specific questions, if you ask me, a 5-year roadmap at Alert, our desire is to move from 1.5 lakh persons that we have evangelized so far. We intend to move to something like about 1 crore in about 5 years' time. Even then, it means we are talking about 5 crore families is what we are talking about, where 1 crore could be trained. We also must promote the best practices and policy level changes in tandem with government agencies. Already we have our team members working along with the WHO, United Nations, etc. So we want to work more closely with the state and central government agencies to create the best policy level changes. Share the information and experiences and expertise through development of partnerships with agencies such as Rotary and Lions. In fact, I'm very happy that Mr. Muthupaniyappan is here. They are a great supporter for us along with them. And we are also partnering Lions. See, these are all already existing systems. And when we collaborate with them and execute projects, I think we can reach a wider set of what you call service-minded individuals. So we also would like to develop individual mentorship programs at villages and small towns, because life exists there as well. It's not only about the cities, which would benefit developing local capacity. We must encourage increased attention and resource allocation by corporates in their CSR funds for emergency care, predominantly because CSR funds normally go to many other things like education, like women empowerment, so many other things. But for emergency care as well, it's a very, very important thing, and CSR funds should be allocated. And so that, in fact, ALERTATHON is one campaign where we've had good Samaritans in corporates who have supported us with their spends on us. I'm confident with all these efforts, it will ultimately lead to an increased access to essential emergency care services for all the injured persons locally. It's a very important mission. It cannot be done alone by one NGO as well. We have to collaborate. Like I was saying, we should collaborate with many people. But yes, we have a very tall plan of about 1 crore in about 5 years' time. And I'm sure we'll be there. And on a sidelight, I should say, when I spoke to Dr. Sylendra Babu a few days back to invite him, he was actually cycling from Tanjore to Chennai. So it was a very apt thing that he could join us today. Anyways, I think with all your support, it's not just the 2,000 people who are participating. It could even be by the time we reach by the next 3-4 days, I am sure that it will become 3,000, 4,000 in numbers. And if every individual just thinks about saving another life and also create that awareness within their communities, we would have done a human service to any life living anywhere. And I look forward to that support. Thanks a lot, Mike. Thank you very much.
It will sound like an echo to everybody. Thank you so much, Mike. The envision and the sheer energy that you brought and the clarity of thought to make this a global movement, taking it to the villages, making every member contribute, making emergency response volunteering, not a good to have, but a must to have feature in everybody's curriculum vitae. Not just in curriculum vitae, but on a day-to-day life. These are skills that you can not just save yourself, but you can make a big difference to the world at large. It's leaders like you all who are leading that by example, and with you as a chairman, we look forward to this journey being truly global and going a lot more local down south into the different villages, etc., to make this a true people movement. 1 crore is a great vision, and there's nothing like Dr. Abdul Kalam said. He comes from the southmost tip of the country and went on to become the #1 citizen. With that vision, I believe that we will have it in us to try and go global. Thank you for that envisioning, Mike. Our panel continues, ladies and gentlemen. What visioning? We saw the future. We heard the past from Kala. I'm going to ask Mr. Veerappan to join me now, and I'm going to quiz him on something very, we discussed practical emojis, practical anecdotes, but I'm going to quiz him on something emotional. Mr. Veerappan, are you there with us today?
Very much. I'm there.
Lovely. Great to see you. Your smile is infectious. A journey this long with Alert, is not necessarily built with money. It's also built with a lot of memories. And I'm going to quiz you on that memory and ask you, is there a particular memory that stands out in these many years of your association with Alert?
Okay, I think it's very interesting and good question, Murli. Good evening, all of you. I think it's a great day for Alert. The first time in the history that we are conducting a virtual Alertathon. We're also happy to be with you. To answer your question, Mike, it's from 2006 till now. Every day with Alert is a memorable day. It's every day is a memorable day for the last 14 years. I have so many memories which is still, it will not fade away from us. I think all of us, first of all, let me thank the team of Alert who made this journey a wonderful and absolutely amazing journey. So every moment of Alert is really interesting and memorable. That's one. Now, if you ask me, that there are some 4 or 5 or 6 incidents I can never forget. So one is being the day one of I joined Alert in 2006, October 2nd, 2006. My good friend, I am also from Bangalore. I live in Bangalore. So Alert, most of them are in Chennai. My good friend, Dr. Anand Kumar said, Vivi, hey, Bada, in Tamil, he said, there is something called Alert in Chennai. You come with me. I didn't know about Alert. I didn't know what is CPR. Nothing I know about it. He said, no, you come. Something is interesting for you. So I think we went to Chennai. It was in a hotel. I remember that we went in. It was, which one, which hotel, Kala?
Meridian.
Yeah, Meridian. So hotel, we all went there. So we started that and he talking about, we are going to launch Alert India NGO that day. So that day I met wonderful people like Kala, Rajesh, Dr. Rajkumar, all of them. So then I saw Kala and Rajesh. So like maybe 15, 20 years younger than me. But I'm telling we are so much blessed to have such a young people into the organization, which I've never seen. Most of the NGOs are all started by the people who are 50s, 60s and later. But this is the bunch of people who are very young, starting an NGO. I was so happy. And second, surprised me, on the same day, they signed a MOU with Indian Medical Association on the same day, which was a memorable day. As a young organization, hardly not even started signing a MOU with Indian Medical Association. And Anand also surprised me telling that, Vivi, I want you to be trustee of Alert. So the day one, I met all of them. The day one, I went for the inauguration. It was a totally amazing day for me that I become a trustee of Alert on that day. So that is one of the memorable moments for me. I have so many memorable moments, but this is, I feel I'm blessed to be with such a wonderful team, Alert. And I know, I tell you, we have crossed many things. One more, if you give me one more, I have to tell you, the visit of Alert, every year we go off something called an offsite. So I'm so happy to tell all of you that 2 years back, I think we all went to my hometown, my native place, a village in Chettinadu. We were about 35 of us of Alert team. We stayed in my own house, means the heritage house. We all stayed together. We all and I think the 3 days, I think the team stayed in the village. And we had a wonderful time with all of them. And also we trained the people there in the village on CPR and everything. I think that has bonded me more and more towards Alerts. So every moment I consider this, the day one of me joining Alert, and the Alert visited my own hometown where my great-grandfather built the house. They all visited. So these are all a couple of moments which is definitely in my memory. I think I should thank Alert team for this wonderful thing. I think that let's all wish Alert all the very best. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mr. Veerappan. It's so incidental that 2 Bangaloreans are talking about a story that originates in Chennai but going global today. And it's beautiful as a memory. So thank you so much for that. And also thanks for the compliment to call a lot of us young as well. It feels good to be in a panel like this. So that is a compliment I can fish for. More memories in our way as these memories coupled with what Mike has addressed before to take it to 1 crore people. Imagine the kind of memories and happiness that we are going to create for the world at large. Phenomenal envisioning, and thank you so much, Mr. Veerappan. I'm going to take in our next trustee, Mr. Kandaswamy Baradan. Chief, thank you so much for joining us. Again, your smile is much more brighter than your background, I should tell you. The wall is brighter behind you, but I think your smile is a lot more brighter. I'm going to ask you, because you've been with Alert all through the 15 years so far, how does it feel? I want to ask you about transformation. What has changed from then till today? What do you see? How do you see this journey growing? And how has the transformation of you and Alert as a journey been for you?
Well, Mike, that's a beautiful question. It's a lovely question. And where do I start? There has been so much of transformation. First, let me congratulate Team Alert, with whom I've had the privilege of being associated right from almost from inception. Just like I've been associated right from 2006. Been a wonderful journey, and I just want to share one memory of how it all started. In fact, I remember that days when Rajesh and Kalam came to my home in Chennai and started talking about this vision of doing something for people and for saving lives of people who just lose their lives through accidents or through other means. And that was a great thing. In fact, I share a very common spiritual guru and spiritual affinity with both Kala and Rajesh. And that was one of the biggest triggers for me going forward, because I felt that they were already blessed to make Alert a huge success. So it was with that kind of noble intent that Alert was started. And then this was followed by a lot of meetings. But to cut to the question that you asked me about transformation, I believe there has been transformation at every stage. And I believe that Alert has transformed each and every one of us in terms of becoming more humane, in terms of more compassion. Because as Mike, not you, Mike, our chairman, Mike, did mention just a few minutes ago, that it is all about compassion and humanity. That's the ultimate goal of Alert. It's how we can demonstrate the real value of compassion embedded in each one of us, in each human being. And I found that this was a huge opportunity that Alert gave each one of us to bring out the compassion in us. And I was, as Vivi also mentioned, I share his view that I was already not that young at that time. And I was very inspired to see Rajesh and Kala come forward. I think they must have been in their late 20s that time, or early 30s, I'm sure. And it was so inspiring to see these young people having this kind of goal. Because normally at that age, people are just thinking about their careers. They're just thinking about, starting a family and things like that. But then I found two youngsters who were completely dedicated to this cause of saving lives. And this actually inspired me to be associated with Alert and see whatever I can do to help contribute. In terms of, I must say that it has been a great transformation for myself, because Alert gave me an opportunity. It was a symbol of something that I could participate in. Otherwise, it might have just remained a thought, dream of what I should have done. Okay, but Alert was the symbol of doing something. It gave that vehicle to demonstrate that compassion. And then very rapidly, I find, in fact, when Rajesh started off by saying this is our 14th year, I just cannot imagine how this 14 years have just gone by. There has been so much of activity. There has been so much of educating people, creating the awareness. So many great people have inspired, starting from our ex-president, Dr. Kalam. There have been people like Dr. Sylendra Babu who have been behind us. And this is just an amazing journey that I have been a part of with Alert. And today I'm happy to see that we are in the 6th year of ALERTATHON. And the numbers are just growing as we speak. So this is a wonderful journey. I'm so proud of Team Alert. I'm proud of all the trustees, my co-trustees, who have been so vibrant and who have been dynamic. And I thank Rajesh and Kala for leading this charge and being there for all of us to contribute whatever we can. Congratulations.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much, Chief. And of course, your eyes spoke a story much more than your words. So thank you so much, and keep up that wonderful smile of yours. What's this whole journey about without a bit of nostalgia? And people are sharing memories from the past and leading us into the future with that vision. So it's a mix of that. The panel now moves on to the then young man that Kandaswamy Bharathan sir mentioned about. I'm going to bring in Rajesh before all of us. Rajesh Trivedi, can we have you on call with us now? And I have a question for you as a part of the panel, Rajesh. And let's talk about the moment that we are currently in, the baby that's truly gone global now. It's going to be ALERTATHON Global 2020. Talk us through ALERTATHON, talk us through the vision today, talk us through what is the core messaging for ALERTATHON. Over to you, Rajesh.
Thanks a lot, Mike. As always, it's a pleasure. First of all, wonderful for you to be doing this. It's a lot of energy thrown by you, which is being very contagious, let me say that. And of course, such a honor to be amidst this wonderful set of trustees. So grateful for their support, each of them recalling some of the things that happened in the past. But honestly, I think we are very grateful to the fact that such accomplished and wonderful people in their own might are supporting this cause and taking it to a larger role that it can play. So coming to ALERTATHON, we just heard this goal. I was so glad to hear our chairman, Mr. Mike, talking about 1 crore as a goal for the next 4-5 years. So it was like this in the past when we were doing part-time, trying to reach out this program to as many people as possible in 1s and 2s and 3s. Then we had to thought of reaching out. 1 in every family was such a simple statement, but that's the beauty of somebody who sets a goal for you, because it's you keep shooting for the stars. So the number is quite mammoth. 1 in every family, if you just think of it, 25 crore families in India, right? So 1 lakh to 125 crore people. So 25 crore families is what Alert should be addressing, going by the goal. So we were looking at ways and means to do it. And of course, ALERTATHON came on board as an idea to be a good vehicle, a good platform to create so that we can reach out to more people through this messaging. Let me also say that why this sporting event, Chennai has been a very vibrant place as far as running is concerned. Of course, Mike, Bangalore has also been, I know. But at the same time, the running community, sometimes I know when I finish a run or do any endurance activity, I believe, and when we speak to people who are into endurance, you will realize that they will tell you that when they finish, let's say a 5 kilometer, they finish something, let's say a 10 kilometer, a run, okay, they come very close to throbbing life. Okay, when I say throbbing life, what I mean is they come very close to their own self. They come very close to that, the beating heart. They will listen to their own hearts at the end of the run. That makes them do it again and again and again. And I think in there lies the intrinsic message that ALERTATHON can carry, that we all got to be closer to ensure that that throbbing life is preserved. The throbbing life is saved and not left to lose. Not left to loss simply because the help was not available at the right time. So we saw ALERTATHON as a strong such platform, and what started off as a small cycling, actually it started off even before it was ALERTATHON, started off as a small cycling, 50 people participating to about 50 kilometers and stuff like that. It started off as an event where a few hundreds participated, and I think thanks to the entire running community in Chennai, they see, they hear, they support this cause so very well, and wonderful partners like we have the the Fellowship of Fitness Loving Rotarians and so on and so forth coming on board. After these about 5 editions, we were in physical event in Chennai, and I must say that I'm very thankful to all our volunteers. The volunteer force that is there behind this. Behind this screen, there are a huge set of volunteers who do an amazing job, expecting nothing in return but the satisfaction to contribute to the cause. So, a few hundreds participating a physical event. We used to do 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers in the Chennai city. And we are very glad to hear when runners come back and say that this is one of the good quality events that they love to be a part of. So this year, we were actually thinking that ALERTATHON is probably going to be a washout, with all the pandemic and all the stuff like that. So thanks to, again, a few of our Global Voice ambassadors, and they came to and talked to us and said, why don't we do something virtual? And here we are, since it's virtual, no boundaries, and the cause resonates anywhere. In fact, even in the pandemic now with the COVID, the need for preparedness has become a global, a mass awakening to the fact of being prepared, right? You just do not know. We didn't know COVID is going to happen at this scale 3 months back, 4 months back. Likewise, in our own lives, emergencies, we just do not know when it's going to occur. So the readiness is so important. Being prepared is important. And when somebody is in an emergency, we having the ability to give the compassion and expression and go forward and make a difference to that life becomes very important. That's the underlying message of ALERTATHON. And that this year, it's truly amazing that it's gone global. We're having participants from across the globe, from US, UK, this side, if you look at Japan, Singapore, Middle East, and of course India, the large numbers coming from India, and the core being Chennai. So that's ALERTATHON 20 and the role it plays in Alert's journey itself, Mike.
Great ideology, great envisioning, starting off a terrific journey, in a very clear manner.
With your permission, if you give me 30 seconds.
Of course, Chief, come on, it's our event. Go ahead, please.
Okay, no. Because there are 5,110 days in 14 years. Out of which you asked me to talk about 1 or 2, I just want to take one more wonderful memory which everybody should know. So I just want to share in 30 seconds that I'll not take much time.
It's because you interrupted the agenda and wanted to show some more memory, shows your infectious spirit. So over to you.
1 minute. So basically what happened, four and a half years back, one of the trustee seat became vacant. So we have to select one more new trustee to our trust. So Kalam and Rajesh, Bharathan sir, we all talked about it. We want one more trustee. Who is that one more trustee? So we were going around asking for somebody here and there and there and there. We were looking. Finally, I said I could tell I have a good friend of mine whom I know from my Wipro days, who poached me from HCL to Wipro. So a good friend of mine from in my 1980s. So why don't we call him to become a trustee? So that's what happened, and then Kala asked me, who's that person? Then finally I told them it's called Muralidhar, Mike Murali, like Mike Muralidhar. So Kala said, no, see, I am from Bangalore, Mike stays in Chennai. So incidentally, why I wanted to share is, Kala is a neighbor of Mike. So and Kala's daughter and Mike, all of them know each other very well, my children. But unfortunately, I am the one who introduced Mike to Kala. And I'm very, very happy that we made the right choice. That's one of the best days, I think, of Alert, that Mike became now the chairman of Alert. So I think that's the sweetest memory I have, that making Mike as one of the trustees, and he is leading Alert today. Thanks, Mike. Thanks. I just wanted to share this.
I think, indeed, Veerappan, I think you should not say that. In fact, it was an opportunity of a lifetime which presented unto me through you. And in fact, when Kala called me, she first said, I'm in Chennai, where do we meet? We can meet at where do we? And suddenly, short of saying we are in the same home, we found we are next door. And anyway, I think that's the divine RS ways, and I think it happened. And the journey has been fantastic. And yes, we are here. And thank you very much, Veerappan. Thank you.
Thank you. I also would like to acknowledge the presence of the district governor, my good friend Muthu Balniyappan. Thanks, Muthu, for joining us. He is our good friend from my same hometown. So special welcome to him.
When you told about Mike, it actually means that by design, all of this and all people are bound to be connected. So it's by design, everybody coming together, all the right people and all the right men. Sorry, there's a power outage, but I continue to be online.
It looks like a Mani Ratna movie. Fantastic.
Thank you for glorifying that in dark little light here. What's life without its bit of drama? So here's the bit of drama. Luckily, I stay online.
Mike,
Thank you for that. Rajesh, I'm going to bring you on. Rajesh, thank you so much for that visioning, for that exercise around Alert and the journey so far.
Yeah.
In a very cliche, Rajesh, over to you. You wanted to
Mike,
finish something.
I'm just going to say one more thing, and many a times in this entire journey, there are ups and downs, moments and challenges and all that. But honestly, I'm telling you, Mike, when you hear even one incident of one of the trained person actually going and helping somebody on the road, now I think that's when the rubber meets the road, and it just rejuvenates every one of us. In spite of whatever challenge that happens. And as recently as 2 days back, there was an incident reported of one of our volunteers in case of emergency reaching out timely to a person, giving help. And I can go on. Actually, this will need a separate session to list the number of interventions that have happened. But that was the dream, and we have just got started. We want more and more of such things to happen where there is timely help available, so that we can get into this panel discussion and actually talk real life stories.
Phenomenal, right? Every story is an inspiration, and someday we can publish all of these stories and make a book out of it for the world to read. That how every individual can create a difference, and that's the Alert motto and saga as well. And I wanted to culminate what you were saying in such a way, in a very cliche way, that usually people run marathon. Going to join us next as well, so I'm not going to steal his thunder. But usually people run marathons for fitness, for medals, for the sheer joy of running, and at times for prize money as well. So sometimes, in typical Tamil, if I can say, sometimes kaasuka oduvaanga, but in Alertathon, kaasukaga oda poranga. So it feels great and exciting to try and start off this journey in that way. And here's somebody who's joining us for that cause next, Rajesh, a believer who's been behind us, who's been believing in us, and the entire organization that he belongs to also believes in us. I take great pleasure in inviting next a very special guest amongst us, Rotarian S. Muthupalniappan. He's a civil and structural engineer from Annamalai University. He's a chairman and managing director of Chettinad Housing, an 18-year-old property development company that has presence in real estate industry in Chennai and has completed projects over 1 million square feet till date. He joined Rotary Club of Madras Central Aditya in the year 1997, became its president in the year 2009 and 10. During this term, the club was rejuvenated with good family participation and many significant service projects. In that year, Rotary Club of Madras Central Aditya was awarded the most coveted Platinum Award and the Presidential Citation. He's held several positions in the district, including District Rotary Foundation Committee Chair. He served the district for 3 consecutive years, promoting the value of TRF, contributions, grants, projects, and stewardship. In the year 2015, as District Chairman for Revive Chennai, a mega flood relief program for the Chennai floods, he, along with his team, rehabilitated more than 6,500 families in Chennai by providing relief kits with a span of 30 days at a total project value of 2.2 crores. He's been the official aides to many visiting Rotary dignitaries and attended many Rotary international conventions. He's traveled widely across many countries. He's received many awards and recognitions at the district level, and also the recipient of the Meritorious Service Award by the Rotary Foundation in the year 2016. He's married to Anne Kamla. Rotarian Muthupalniappan and his spouse Kamla have contributed more than $250,000, and they are ARC Clump Society members of the Rotary Foundation. They're blessed with 2 daughters, Neeti and Mrinalini. With a fair bit of pride, I welcome onto this coveted forum Rotarian District Governor S. Muthupalniappan before all of you.
Thank you, Mike. You are doing excellent comparing of the whole event. We are thoroughly enjoying the session, actually.
Lovely, thank you. Same here, thank you.
In fact, I thought I'll stay for a short time, but seeing your way of conducting the whole event, I thought I should continue till the end of this program.
Pleasure hearing that. So kind of you. Thank you.
So in fact, I'm really extremely happy to be part of this wonderful event. Why? Because I see quite a few of the trustees are very well known to me, including Trustee Veerappan and Trustee Mike Muralidharan and Kala, of course. And I have now come to know about other trustees here, Kandasamy and Rajesh. Extremely happy day for me, because one such noble cause you have taken up for the last 14 years, and you have been running with that with a lot of passion. The way in which the trustees have been expressing their journey speaks volumes about the involvement and the commitment of what they have for this cause. Rotary believes in doing good in the world. Rotary believes in changing lives. Yes, when we say changing lives, saving lives comes topmost priority. The statistics which we all keep hearing, in the year 2018, 151,000 deaths due to road accidents. And India has only 1% of the world's vehicle population, but I came to understand that 6% of the global road accidents happen in India. Quite disproportionate. And the most alarming part of it, 70% of them are young Indians. Out of this 6% of the global road accidents, 70% of them are young Indians. Only one silver lining here in Tamil Nadu is the statistics which I have says in the year 2016, there were 17,000 deaths. In the year 2018, it is only 12,000 deaths. I think something good is happening, at least in our part of the country. As far as Rotary is concerned, we have been talking about road safety. Road safety has three segments, I would say. One is improving the infrastructure, better road safety awareness programs, and discipline among the road users. Third one, of course, the quick response, which we are talking about today. First one, absolutely, we don't have any control, improving the infrastructure. Second one, creating awareness can be done by Alert as well as by Rotary. Golden hours, we have been talking about. That is where we are all working seriously to save that precious life. It's a brilliant concept, Alert and Alertathon. I was going through the website Voice, volunteer in case of emergency. That is another beautifully coined voice. Train one in every family. Train one in every family adds many dimensions to it. Not only the help in terms of saving other lives, in terms of propagating the importance of saving lives, importance of first aid among their own family members and friends. That awareness creation also happens if one in every family is trained. Today I had the pleasure of being with the fitness man of Tamil Nadu, I would say, our DGP Sylendra Babu. Every morning I used to watch his social media news, wherever he talks about various fitness regimen, what he practices and what he advocates. Very fitting person to start this global Alertathon today. And somebody was talking about Rotary opportunities being created because of COVID. This year the theme for Rotary is Rotary opens opportunities. Even before COVID, Rotary International President Holger Knack gave this wonderful theme, Rotary opens opportunities. The moment COVID came, we are all virtual, running across the globe, doing so many activities involving many, many countries. This has taken that shape today, and my best wishes to the entire organizers. And from the Rotary side, yes, we do have strong presence in the youth segment. We have road tractors. Our Ithiraj College is here, which has one of the, Mr. Murali is here. One of the largest contingents of road tractors are there in Ithiraj College. And among the world, Chennai tops #1 in terms of maximum number of road tractors in the Rotary family. We have close to 40,000 road tractors. And few of them are involved in Alertathon, I came to know. But we should be taking this to the road tractors in a more focused, more presentable manner. We will definitely work with Alertathon. From the district youth service team, we will join hands with you and ensure that this takes the next shape. In fact, I remember in the year 2009-10, when the DGP of Fire and Rescue Department, our DGP Nadaraj was there, we started Rotary Road Track Rescue Force. We started in a small way. We involved quite a few road tractors and trained them on the safety measures in terms of fire safety. And that went on for some time. We did a lot of fire safety awareness program during Diwali time, at least 7-10 locations we did, with a lot of celebrities being taken across the street, propagating the safety of fire. So similarly, we can do something at the Chennai level and then take it to other districts through the support of Rotary, for which I will definitely be a part of your team in whichever way you want. With this, let me thank the organizers for having me here. Thank you.
So much. Thank you so much, Chief. Pleasure having you here. It's a pride, not just for today, but your continuous belief in Alert as an idea, Alert as an organization with so many friends. And people say when good friends come together, great things happen. So it's either ways, when Rotary as an organization supports Alert and vice versa, DGP coming in, and we're connecting the dots that everybody is designed to be connected onto this beautiful circle of life. So thank you so much for your time and for being around here, and continue to look forward to you and the entire Rotary team getting involved in Alertathon and making this message a lot more bigger and better. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Lovely. So it's a pleasure hearing from all of them. Let's go on to business side of the tournament. When we say business side, it means it's time for all the runners to keep your earlids open, because it's going to be time for the race director, the event director to come forward and pitch in all the ideas. Remember, that's the most important information. Just before the start of a marathon, the race director starts off with the whole deliberation. So there are 2,000 plus runners, which is going to double definitely in time. But 5 days. Who runs a marathon in 5 days? Here is a new idea, a new envisioning. Here is a team that has put that whole vision together. But let's hear from the man himself. Coach K is here with us, who's the event and race director. Coach, great to have you here. We're waiting for race instructions and what one should follow, do's and don'ts, and get this whole journey started before the first run happens. Over to you, Coach.
Thank you so much, Mike. I wish this was a race, but unfortunately, ALERTATHON is a cause, and this is certainly not a race. I'll talk about that in a little while. And first of all, thank you so much to Alert, Kala and Rajesh for having the trust in me and also entrusting me with this huge responsibility. 60 days back when we started this campaign, it looked like, all right, it's going to be a virtual event, let's do it, right? The same energy and enthusiasm, but after 60 years, I'm realizing that sitting in one room and executing, binding all the 2,000 plus people, it has been a tremendous effort. A lot of effort has gone inside, and I'm extremely delighted today. But the only sad part is this is not a physical race. The usual excitement that one gets to experience by meeting people, making noise, and also the sweat smell at the finish line. And of course, that's exactly we're going to miss this time. I certainly take pride in being associated with Alert and also ALERTATHON. Basically, it started with a road safety instruction in my mind, and I want to go talk about road safety to people. And I started some campaign on my own, but ended up loving what Alert was doing all these years. And I'm a volunteer. I'm also their global volunteer voice ambassador, and it's such an honor for me. When we started ALERTATHON, the objectives set was, it continues to same message. Can we have the fitness community continue to love to save lives? And at the same time, can a common man who appreciates saving lives love fitness? ALERTATHON is a culmination of these two topics. And it's certainly has transformed into one of the most loved running events in Chennai. Now, the goal for this year is, can we have the entire world love this idea of saving lives? And at the same time, combine the elements, the usual excitement of running, walking, and now this year cycling. And I'm extremely happy to say that the last few years, the cyclists were volunteers. And this is one of the most unique opportunities for those volunteers, all the other volunteers to support it. And also for me as a race director to come and participate. This is the first time I'm going to organize a sports event where I also get to participate. Anyway, we now, 60 days later, we have participants from 11 countries. Right from New Zealand to United States, a lot of countries have joined this campaign, 2,000 plus participants. I did a quick check, and I should say that there are more number of women participants this time than the men. Sorry, men, you're beaten this time. ALERTATHON. Kala, probably you should raise your collar. This is certainly a good statistics. And then now we are talking about ALERTATHON, the first ever virtual endurance event for saving lives, developing more and more aware global citizens, because this cause is not just people in India, not just valid for Chennai or Indian streets, but I have been interacting with voice ambassadors who come from 47 voice ambassadors from 6 and 7 countries. We've been talking to all of them to understand what is going on in terms of their country, the advanced life support mechanism, and how the emergency response mechanism works. And we also did a beautiful ALERTATHON'20 session with most of them. We couldn't complete those sessions due to lack of time, but we will try to cover and understand what they are doing in terms of spreading this message across to their voice, the community where they have a good voice. And then the volunteer in case of emergency is the same voice we are talking about. Of course, I have to mention this campaign wouldn't have been possible without the support of Social Pundit team. And they have been working day and night, coming up with these creative posters, going back and forth and creating those wonderful video messages. The reason is this is not selling a product. We are selling a concept which is very personal to every single human being. How can we sell this idea of learning first aid and CPR should be integral part of our life? So that was one of the themes and motto for us to even launch this campaign. The Social Pundit team has been doing a wonderful job. And then the second partner I would like to highlight here, the HDOR, the 100 Days of Running, they gifted us these virtual platform, because when we thought about the virtual event, we really didn't have a good understanding of, okay, where are we going to host this event? The virtual events are becoming quite popular, but are we going to build a system for ourselves, or are we going to basically ask somebody to help us? And then HDOR basically has gifted this platform for us. And of course, we have many sponsors and partners, associate sponsors coming and supporting this event. Now, I'd like to take a quick few minutes of discussion around the virtual HDOR platform. This is for all those who have registered through our website. You should have already received another email with a special code to connect your profile. Go and create a profile in the HDOR platform, and then also connect using the code to the ALERTATHON virtual event. The HDOR platform hosts hundreds of virtual events, but now once you create a profile, you're making an entry into the compound, okay? And then now you need to make an entry to the ALERTATHON event. So that's where you need this little code. But if you have any issues in completing this process, please feel free to write to alertathon@alert.ngo email address. Our team will help you. You may have issues, and I'm sure this event is very special because we are binding these so-called running and endurance community of cyclists, and also those who are just excited about the concept of walking and running. And this entire process could be overwhelming, but please understand, you don't have to worry about this. It could take just a few extra time for you to understand, figure out this concept. We have documented all possible questions in the FAQ section, so please go visit our alertathon.com FAQ page to understand more about this. Now, what is going to come in the next 5 days? We have lined up a lot of panel discussions in the early morning hours, barring this next 2 days. It's going to be a busy working day for some of you, and we have scheduled some very interesting panel discussions, elite members who are front-ending this, the cost of emergency medical support, and at the same time, those who can talk about first aid and the emergency response. And also, we're going to talk to a lot of voices, the volunteer in case of emergency, and their interview, their life story. This 5 days is going to be packed with a lot of informative sessions. And then, of course, do not miss an opportunity. The primary reason for you to join ALERTATHON is to learn first aid. That's the most important thing. And of course, there is going to be fun walking, running, and cycling. But at the same time, find out the time and opportunity to learn the first aid modules. So we are planning to stream and premiere very short workshops. These are going to be streamed in YouTube, will also be eventually published in our social media platform. So please take time out to attend those little learning sessions. Involve your family members, little children, parents. This entire world requires more aware citizens, because right now we are talking about first aid training. Before that, one step is, can we have first aid awareness? This next 5 days is going to be packed with a lot of opportunities for you to learn the awareness around this particular topic. And then you also have the quiz program. Once you finish this little modules, and you can also test your skills. But of course, these questions are not going to be very difficult. If you pay attention, you'll be able to crack it. Remember one thing, if you pay attention to those first aid mechanisms and processes, you can actually save a life. It is not for cracking an exam. It is going to give you the opportunity to save a life. So remember that. And then in the afternoon and late evenings, we have series of sessions planned with expert doctors. And I've got an interview planned with Dr. Gaurang, gastroenterologist, and also we're going to talk about gut health. It's so important for all of us. Dr. Praveen Kumar is an orthopedician. We're going to talk about sports orthopedician. We're going to talk about muscle and bone health. We're going to have a discussion with Shiny Sylendra, one of the best nutritionists, sports nutritionists available in this country, and also Dr. Kumar Janardhan, and he's also our voice ambassador, and also diabetology. So we're going to have an interesting conversation with them. And of course, there are going to be fun activities. Mike is there, and you have seen that the man who has been making a lot of noise here is the guy. He's going to basically keep us entertained during the fun activities in the evening. And of course, moving on to the next most important aspect of this entire 5 days is your personal safety. This is the pandemic time. It has been really harsh on all of us. Last 160 days, we've been going crazy, moving from one room to another room, shifting from one platform to another platform, Zoom to Google Meet to WhatsApp calls, whatnot. It has been really a crazy time for all of us. But this next 5 days is going to be a great opportunity for you to open up, go out, experience the fresh air. You can walk, you can run, you can cycle. But at the same time, remember, the coronavirus has not gone. It is still there. It is much more, it has taken into a different and much more complicated form at this time. So you need to be very careful. Of course, there is a lot of debate that has gone into, should I wear a mask? Should I not wear a mask? Should I run with the mask, not with the mask? Can I cycle with the mask? It's kind of, there's a lot of debate going on. So my sincere request is, do not wear mask if you're going to do any high energetic, exerting, physically demanding activities. And and also at a place which is safe, there are no people around you. If you can choose such a place, then you can probably go without the mask. But generally, make sure the mask is with you. So when you're meeting people, when you're interacting with somebody, please respect that personal space and the social distancing now. So it's absolutely important. And then second thing is, this is certainly not a race. So do not have plans for cracking your personal best, or setting a record of completing, okay, 5 days I'm going to do 5 half marathons, 5 full marathons. And I'm sure there are people even in my academy talking about all these things. I will certainly know who doing all those kind of things. But again, this is not a time. So remember, the cause is really important here. Go out and enjoy. You can walk, you can run, you can cycle any number of times, any time of the day, anywhere in the world. That's what ALERTATHON is all about. So there is no target distance. Nobody will come and ask you, okay, did you finish 5K today? You will not get a finished medal, or you will not get a certificate. You don't have all those kind of pressure here. But again, maintain the discipline. Road safety is important. Wear safety gear. If you're a cyclist, make sure your helmet. If you're running or riding with your children, please protect them. Everybody's health is important. Everybody's safety is important. Now, the last few words. What best can happen when you join a cause like ALERTATHON, and to save lives, to develop awareness on first aid, and also learn the skills so that you can actually go and help somebody else. And at the same time, when everybody learns the skill, you can be confident that somebody else is going to help you when you are in distress. It could be as simple as, fainting kind of feeling, to as complicated as a cardiac arrest. You can be that person who can go and help everybody. Now, you have to make some noise. We would like to hear how you're celebrating every single day by running, walking, and riding. So please record short videos, pictures, post them in the social media, tag Save Lives, hashtag Save Lives, hashtag ALERTATHON'2020. And also bring the entire family together, because there is learning opportunity for every single person in your family and also in your community. Lastly, keep calm, learn first aid. Let's all save lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Coach. Very elaborate. A lot of discussion points are coming out. That actually says how many months of efforts and thinking has gone behind cracking this whole phenomenon. So thank you. Keep the race instructions in mind, all the runners across the globe, the walkers or the cyclists across the globe. You can choose the variety that you want to contribute. which is fantastic. So thank you so much for that, Kay, and it promises to be a crazy 5 days like never before. So let the madness begin, and let the momentum get started, and let all of us contribute to a bigger cause. As we inch towards the end of this beautiful gala, what's a gala without its bit of fun and frolic? You know, we've had serious deliberations, we've had memory sharing, we've got chief guests who've come in and gone, addressing us, etc. Let's wait for the last 5 minutes to do a little bit of magic with all of you. There are many thousands who are watching us online as well. So the next 10 minutes, let me play something very interesting with you. Remember, this play for next 10 minutes is just for our ice breaking. It's just for our families and us to have a good time. Step number 1, I want you to go and log in to menti.com, menti.com. Harish, can you present your screen? Please log in to menti.com on your mobile phone or on your computer. If you can see the screen that is getting presented, please log into menti.com. Yep, there it is, menti.com. It'll ask you for a code after you fill in your name. The code is 6319886. Log into menti.com and the code is 6319886. Let's see how many people start doing in. We'll wait for players. Hold on. Let's see how many people are logging in. The code is 6319886. Okay, we've got 12 people, 13, 15. Let's wait for more. Menti.com, menti.com. The code is 6319886. Let's wait for more. It's going to be a fun, interactive quiz that you're going to play there. There'll be multiple choice for every question. Just like, unlike any other quiz, there may not be something intellectually alarming there. It may not just be general knowledge. This could be just fun, out of the box thinking, think rationally, think something absolutely crazy for you to give us the answer. And let's see how many of you walk away. 30 seconds from the time the quiz is finished, I'll get the top 10 who answered fast. Remember, fastest finger first. We've got 27 people. Let's see if we can clock to 30 to 40 people before we start. menti.com, menti.com. 6319886 is the code. Log in with your name. There'll be some funny icons that will come, which is okay. And let's get playing. I'm going to start in 60 seconds from now as we inch closer. People who are watching this online from Facebook, YouTube, all of you can join in as well. Please log into menti.com. Type 6319886 and let's get started. Okay, we've got 30 people. 6319886 is the code. All right, let's get started. Let's do this. It's going to be a quick 5 minutes quiz. Here's your first question. Answer fast to get more points, okay? Fastest finger first. Your first question is this. What does CPR? Do not answer on the call. Give the question. Give the answer there. Select the answer there. What does CPR stands for? Give the answer there. Click on the answer. Okay, that many people have said. Okay, option 1. Question number 2. Here you go. What is this old logo? This is old logo of which brand? Is it American Tourister, it's Amazon, it's Airtel, or it's Allahabad Bank? Got 5 seconds to answer. Click on the right answer. Time's up. Let's move on. Okay, fantastic. The actual answer is Amazon. Which of these is the real Apple logo? You've got an Apple phone, you can look at it immediately, but which of this is the real Apple logo? How many people saying option 1, option 2? Which side is the Apple bitten? Okay. Cool. Let's see the right answers. Let's go on to the next question. What's the next question? How many runs did India make in the historic 1983 World Cup win against West Indies? How many runs did India make? 183, 259, 175, 374. Choose the right answer. 1. It's the right answer. 183. Well done. That's the right one. 1983, 183 was the code. Next question. Here's your next question. Look at the image. Take a clue from each of the image and get me the name of a popular international personality. Take out of the box clue. What is this person doing? What is this person showing? Put that together. You'll get a name of a popular international personality. Think out of the box and give me a name. Has somebody done this faster? Here are the options. Here are the options. Which one is the right answer? The right answer is Neil Armstrong. Well played. Somebody is kneeling and the Armstrong. The next question is here. A family has a father, a mother, and 6 sons. Each of the sons have 1 sister. How many members are there in the family overall? Read the question again and get me a correct answer. Okay, interesting. 9 is the right answer. 6 sons, father, mother, and 1 daughter. What's the next question? We are halfway into the quiz. Answer fast to get more points. Will you hold a bleeding part of the body above the level of the heart or below the level of the heart to stop bleeding? Interesting question on emergency response. You can take an answer, but the right answer will open up our minds towards this one. Above the level of the heart is the right one. Well done. Next question, here you go. Some months have 30 days, some have 31. How many have 28? 1, 2, 6, 12. How many have 28? Fastest finger first. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's move on. Next question. The answer is all 12. 2 personalities images are morphed in this. 2 very popular Indian personalities. Who are those 2? 2 personalities are morphed. 2 big Indian personalities, film personalities. Who are those? Akshay Kumar, Amitabh Bachchan, Rajini, Akshay Kumar, Anil Kapoor, Amitabh Bachchan, Rajnikant. Look differently at the image and get me the right answer. All of them, most of them have got it right. Of course, 24. That's the right one. Amitabh Bachchan and Rajnikant. 9 out of 13. Which one is this? Which company? Guess the company which has got a tagline, the ultimate driving machine. Interesting. You've seen that somewhere? Audi, Mercedes, BMW, and Honda. The ultimate driving machine. What's the right answer? Okay. BMW is the right answer. Well done. 8 of you got it right. Next one, please. Question 10. How many times does a heart beat in a minute on an average? How many times? 84, 88, 72, 62. What's your gut? If you're excited, it beats faster. But how many times does a heart beat in a minimum on an average? Okay, 26 people, which is the right answer, which is 72. Well done. Question number 11, here we go. Look at the image, think out of the box, and get me the name of a popular 3-word phrase. A 3-word phrase that we usually use. Look at the image, study it, and get me the name of a 3-word image, a 3-word phrase. Okay, let's look at the answer. The answer is made in China. The word made is put inside the word China. That's how you read that clue. 2 more to go. What is this one? I think so. It's a poster. No. How many holes does this t-shirt have? Study carefully. How many holes does this t-shirt have? 6, 7, 8, 9. Study this image carefully. How many holes does this t-shirt have? 6, 7, 8, 9. What's your answer? 6, 7. Okay. The answer is 8, of course. Only 3 of you got it right. That was a trick one. Well done. Next one. The last one is this. Study this poster. Look at this poster carefully and give me the name of a Hollywood movie. It's a minimalistic poster. The Hollywood movie is depicted in the form of the poster. What are we looking at? You'll get your options. Study this movie, study this poster, and get me the name of a popular Hollywood movie. A very, very popular, interesting one. Flying machine, flight, Air Force down, land of departure, down to earth, and the terminal. The right answer is the terminal. Well done. Thank you. So here's the leaderboard. Let's see who's winning this quiz now. Who's got into the first place? Who do we have? Rishi. Rishi wins this one. Well done, Rishi, with 7,694 points. Sandeep Nanda goes second. Sasha goes third. Chitra Narayan goes guys. Congratulations. What's a serious agenda without its bits of fun? And that was a bit of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you for sharing your screen. You can go back, Harish. Thank you so much for that one. And that's how we play this one. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that one. Okay, so am I audible now? So well done. Congratulations for winning that one. That is a little bit of fun when it comes to all of this. Let's move on, and I'm going to ask Rajesh to present to us a quick 30-seconder as a curtain raiser for this entire absolutely amazing Alertathon journey. Over to you, Rajesh. Rajesh, are you there? Cool. Sure. It's a tremendous vision. Thank you so much, Rajesh. And that brings to us to the fag end of what was an absolutely cracker of a gala. There was information interchange, there was down memory lane, thinking and talking, and there was raised directions that was given out. And of course, there was our chief guest, DGP Sylendra Babu sir. There was Rotarian District Governor as well with us. So thank you so much to each one of them. A huge thanks to the panel who spoke to me as well, to all the trustees for envisioning this big dream. And in a way, we've gone global this year, and I hope that this is a starting for that wonderful vision that Mike articulated. So thanks to each one of you. Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, Kala. Thank you, Coach. And thanks to the panel. The whole Alertathon journey starts today. I told you that it's already tomorrow in Australia and New Zealand, so they would start running, walking, cycling. I hope you'll pick up your boots and start doing the same as well from tomorrow. Let's make this a true blue global event to saving lives. The world's first endurance event of saving lives. Alertathon 2020 just grew bigger and better because of each one of you who joined us. 2,000 people plus their family members. We'll have action all through the 5 days. It's just not going to start and end in 2-3 hours like any other marathon. It's going to go on for 5 full days, and it promises to be a cracker of a 5 days. We'll catch you in multiple sessions. I'll keep joining you. Coach will be there. There'll be a lot of other personalities who are going to come in. We'll make this a 5-day memory for each one of us. And in a way, we'll make this 5 days a start for each one of us to become global ambassadors for the cause of Alertathon. And that is the bigger motto that we can share today. We'll take it upon us to try and spread the message to one and all and make this a truly global movement. My name is Mike Murli. Thank you so much for joining me for the Alert Gala. I'll see you all through this Alertathon 2020 journey. Have a wonderful evening, ladies and gentlemen, and have a wonderful, wonderful Alertathon. Let the craziness begin. Cheers, and thank you so much. Cheers, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Muthu, for joining.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.